Hi. I am going to go over some of the things that we went over in class today, the first meeting of INTM 3200 Interface Design. So, everything for this class is posted on World Classroom. World Classroom is accessible via worldclassroom.webster.edu. So you just want to log in with your Connections ID and password. And you have to remember your password. So, okay, you want to navigate to the course. And I want to point out that we have everything set up, everything is set up under modules. But before we go there, why don't we take a look at the syllabus. Interface design is about creating the front end or the look and feel for various forms of interactive media. So let's just read the description here. This course explores design issues involved in creating functional interfaces for interactive media. The intricacies of designing interfaces for the intricacies of designing the interfaces for ease of use, navigation, intuitive understanding of icons and their functions, continuity of layout, ergonomics, and the use of metaphors and known conventions are all studied. This class really builds upon information architecture, where we worked on the structure of an interactive system. This is about the front end and the look and the feel. Therefore, it's important that you've taken INTM 2200, which is visual design for interactive media, and are facile with Photoshop, as well as INTM 3100, in which you studied HTML and CSS, so that you understand how websites and other forms of interactive media are programmed. You can take a look at the learning outcomes and how the learning outcomes will be assessed. And your grade is going to be calculated by a combination of all of these components here. So quizzes, critique participation, you have 3 projects, discussions, and these short assignments I'm calling visual scavenger hunt assignments. Here are the schedules of meetings. I sent this to a lot of you over the summer. And you can see that we are going to be meeting in person on Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. This will be every other Thursday morning at 9 a.m. If you cannot attend the in-person meeting on that Thursday morning, you can always connect via Google Hangout. So, in order to proceed in this class, if you plan on not attending in person, you will need to set up a Google account so that I can add you to a circle and include you in the Google Hangout, and you can participate via Google Hangout. As you'll notice, the first critique is on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. All right, so the way I've organized this class is based on modules. Each module is a 2-week block. So for this first 2-week block, I'm asking you to do some reading. And the reading is all from one book, and the PDF is provided. So if you click on this link, you'll be able to access that PDF. This is a quiz based on the reading. These are 2 discussions that I want you to participate in. I'm going to ask you to look at a video and then comment on that video and provide an additional resource. And then this is an example of the visual example scavenger hunt, where I'm going to ask you to find an example of something and then provide some screenshots and write up a description. This discussion I just set up to talk about some of your issues pertaining to Project 1. And this is Project 1 right here, the first project where you're going to design a client website. So let's take a look at Project 1, because I think that is what needs most explanation. So for Project 1, what you're going to be doing is designing a website for a local business, nonprofit, or educational institution. You must begin this assignment by creating a project proposal that will include the following information. First of all, you need to state the objective. What should this website do for the client? What problem will it help them solve? Secondly, your target audience. Show that you understand who this client is trying to attract. Then describe the expected outcomes and benefits. What is the hope that this website will do for the client? A description of the project, so a general description about how this project is going to proceed. And then I want you to create a flowchart and some wireframes. Now you'll need to make 4 wireframes because you're going to be creating a wireframe for the version of the site as it would look on a computer screen, and a version of the site that you would how it would look on a mobile device. And you're going to do this for a home page layout and one lower level page. Next, you will create 2 sets of interface designs. These sets should represent 2 very different looks for your client's website. Each set will include a home page design for computer screen, lower level page design for computer screen, home page design for a smartphone, and a lower level page design for a smartphone. All of this will be put together. I want you to put that together in one PDF file. And when we are having our critiques, you are going to be showing that PDF file to the group. So that is project 1. If we go back and take a look at the schedule, you'll see that the first critique is scheduled for Saturday. If you decide to participate in this critique, first of all, I'll need your Google account so that you can join the Hangout. And secondly, you will need to have some work done. What I would suggest is to try to write your proposal and get started with your wireframes so that you can show the group. So this is pretty much all I have to go over. I do want to show you a project that I'm working on, which is a website for a kind of like a special, it's called a clerkship, and it's actually kind of like a special internship for medical students, and it's done through Harvard Medical School. So first of all, let me just show you what the interface design looks like. Now, at this point, so here's a page I set up that contains 3 different interface designs that I pitched to the client. And you can see these are the original 2. I tried to pitch 2 very different looks within the parameters of what they'd given me. They wanted something really white and clean, but also recognizing that this was a website for people who are going to become pediatricians. After I presented these first 2 designs, and these are links to larger versions of them. After I presented these 2 designs, the client was leaning more towards a second design, but wanted some changes. For example, they didn't like all of the different colors here and wanted blue more as an accent color. And I think that was pretty much it. So I based the next design off of this design and used blue more as an accent color. So after the interface design was decided, and you can see I did not mock up a lower level page design. I probably should have, but I didn't. I didn't foresee the lower level page looking all that much different from this home page. Now this is the site in progress, and what I want to show is that, let me show it to you in a different browser. And what you can see is that it's made to be responsive. It looks a lot like the image I showed you, but this is actually a functional website here. It's all text that's selectable, not one big graphic. And you can see that it's responsive, and when it gets to a certain size, the logos have changed size here. And then when we get really small, the layout completely changed so that it's appropriate for a mobile device. So this gives you a sense of what we're doing for this particular project. I'm looking forward to seeing your work in progress on Saturday. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, by the way, I set up a discussion under this first module for week 1-2 that pertains all to discussion questions about this particular project. And so it's a good place to share your work and talk with the other class members about this project. So I will see you guys on Saturday.